Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
Hey there, Outriders. How's it going? Matt and Dan here with you. It's been a minute. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing much better now, thank you.
You are
And
doing much better
and
now.
that's why we've been out for a little bit. I wanted to apologize for everyone. I probably should have notified on the Facebook. But unfortunately,
No. The power move, or the better, the customer move is thank you for your patience, guys.
Oh, yes.
As we were going through some uncertain times, because you got the turbo SARS or whatever it is now.
So unfortunately,
the Ronas.
I did catch the Ronas.
Yeah.
And I was able to recover at home. Luckily, it wasn't anything serious. So.
Yes.
So it was good, but it did knock me out for a little bit. So, but I'm back. I'm better. I died, but then I lived. No.
But I'm very glad to see you, man. Glad you're recovered and back to your old cheerful, chirpy self. Do you chirp?
Occasionally.
You don't even tweet.
No, yeah.
But anyways, guys, we took a little break there to make sure Dan was back and feeling 100%. So here we are in the bedroom studio again. Wow, actually, that sounded really
the
broadcast studio that happens to be a converted bedroom. Okay. Anyways,
there is no bed in this room.
Well, there's a dog bed back there.
Okay,
actually.
yes.
That's for Coral, though.
That's really...
But anyways, we've got a lot of stuff to catch up on this episode. Big news in the Star Wars sphere. Very exciting stuff. And, of course, some general FFG Asmodee updates. And, some leaks here and there.
Some little need a little more flex tape over there at Asmodee. I swear they got leaks.
I've been wondering, this was always kind of like a conspiracy theory thing that I kind of subscribed. Like Games Workshop is famous for this. Like there'd be leaks all over the place with their production. And I always was wondering if it was a calculated move on their part to like, well, let's stoke the fires a little bit. We'll put these images out. They do it in a much more codified way now with like the community page for GW, but I also wonder if they like send screenshots or descriptions out to the right people and say, shh, don't tell anybody. And then they tell everybody.
Well, do they do like the Apple tactic where they leak certain things to certain people to see where the leaks are? Or
well, that's if they want to stop them, I would think.
Yeah.
But
I guess just to gauge interest, maybe like a few other, maybe possibly even Lucasfilm is doing.
Maybe some soft marketing research. That would be kind of interesting. Huh. Oh well. Let's,
I unfortunately I don't think Asmodee is that well coordinated.
Not right nowadays. We'll see how things settle in there.
Yeah.
But
on the general Star Wars news front.
Oh boy,
we got one big announcement. It's not quite the golden days of LucasArts, but Lucasfilm Games.
Dude, when I saw the banner with the headline up, my heart literally leapt. I was like, are they opening it up again?
Yes.
Not quite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have announced that EA no longer has the exclusive on games.
That's the big thing.
Yes.
Yeah. But they're not going to be a full development studio.
No, it's more of a publishing arm is what they're doing. They're going to
bring all the branding together.
Bring all the branding together and kind of coordinate all the people that are developing together. And, of course, with that, not only did EA lose the exclusivity, which, they haven't really used it that well in a lot of people's opinions. But
yeah, I was reading the article, and they were saying, like, since, 2012, they published, 2 games for PC and a couple of mobile games, but... Battlefront and Squadrons, which
Battlefront 2,
Fallen Order,
Squadron. So no, they've done a couple games, but nowhere near the heyday of the 90s where there were like 5 games a year.
And I want to say like the Fallen Order and the Squadrons was definitely after there was all those rumors about like EA's going to lose it because Disney's not happy that they're not publishing.
Because
that was just Battlefront back then.
And
and the Galaxy of Heroes mobile game or something.
Yeah, I mean, EA has markedly improved from the early times. So it seems, but I mean, they still did say that EA will still be developing games. They're just not going to have the exclusive anymore on there.
Yeah.
So,
but how did they widen it up? What did they tease us with?
They tease us with a few other studios and other projects they're working on. Actually, I didn't put this one in the notes, but they did talk about the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga is still out for spring of this year.
Man, I never even really consider those games to be like they're Lego games, you know. The branding is kind of whatever.
But they're fun. Yeah,
Yeah, they're fun. Whether it's
then-
dinosaurs or lightsabers, I don't really see the difference.
Lego Indiana Jones, I love that one back in the day too.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot about that.
But speaking of Indiana Jones, Bethesda has announced that they're working on an Indiana Jones story-driven game as well. So it's not just Star Wars; it's going to be in Lucasfilm. Of course, it's going to be all their properties.
Yeah, because Bethesda is now working as part of Microsoft. They got purchased there a couple months ago, as I recall. But not like I like Indiana Jones. I mean, I think most of us, especially folks our age, probably have fond memories of Indiana Jones. There used to be a whole series of games back in the day.
Yeah, and they were considered canon as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I had actually a side story. A roommate in the Air Force that's the only video games he would play was like the Indiana Jones adventure games. I want to say that was probably early 2000 was the last one that got published, but it'd be interesting to see what Bethesda does with it. But the next one is the one I'm excited.
So, well, I'm cautiously optimistic on this. I don't know if I'm being
no. Throw abandon to the wind or abandon.
But yes,
your caution to the wind. There you go.
Ubisoft has announced that they're doing an open world Star Wars game that's story driven.
I'm so excited.
So
for that.
a lot of people are excited for this, but I'm pensive because I look back at all the bugs and everything that were in Assassin's Creed and the Tom Clancy games, and I'm like, hopefully they can step up their production value.
Well, I think it was the lead designer from the Division that they tapped to lead that one. So Division seemed to have a lot of polish, and I've actually been playing a bit of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. John's been playing it like crazy. He got like 90 hours into it, and he's actually absolutely frustrated because he's a completionist. But it's been pretty good. I got to say, I don't notice a whole lot of bugs or anything with it. So I'm hoping this means that we'll get a quality product. I really hope it's going to be multiplayer. I'd love a fun multiplayer game to play with folks.
In an open world kind of setting.
Yeah.
So they, of course, haven't detailed what kind of open world, if they're bringing back 1313 or if they're doing more of a...
Well, hopefully you'll be able to travel around and see a couple of different sets. But something to give me, the flavors of the old Star Wars Galaxy days, that would be fantastic. But I guess we'll see.
Man.
I mean, they're still just in the hiring phase. This is going to be years and years and years.
Yeah. So no official dates listed. It's going to be years out, but but I mean, it's nice that they're progressing. They're opening it up, and hopefully it'll give us a lot more new, different, and varied experiences in there.
I'll have to have Holly put it up for my 50th birthday present or something when I go to full old man mode.
Yeah. But other things that have come out new, the High Republic finally launched.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't even realize it did, and then you messaged me, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, they didn't really have a lot of pomp and circumstance. There are some factions, I should say, out there saying that the whole ending of The Mandalorian Season 2 kind of took the wind out of the sails of this one because everyone was kind of focused on that, but...
Are they stepping on their toes again with the releases?
That's what some people are saying, at least the people that...
Well, then again, they didn't have a whole lot. They've got a book?
They've got two books and a comic.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not...
It's a start.
I mean, I'm sorry, when you've got the books of Boba Fett, being screamed from the rooftops, it's going to go, we also got those books for a new setting. Cool. Books of Boba Fett.
Yeah. You were so excited for this too.
I was, and I am. I know that you've been listening to the audiobook for the new one. I'll pick it up. I'm just finishing another book right now. But
I'm about 8 hours into the 13 hours of the audiobook, and it's still too early for me to make some concrete decisions, but it's
not blowing your socks off.
It's not really blowing my socks off, at least not the beginning. It's more of the, yay, we're all happy and we work together and we're the greatest thing in the...
that's my jam. Okay, so I'll have to... Okay, so hopefully, I'll have at least started it by the next time we record, and I can kind of come in as like, what are you talking about? It's great, Or say, you're kind of right.
I don't know. It feels a little Care Bear to me, like everyone loves each other, yay.
Kind of thing. Okay, I could use some positivity in my life.
And one final little piece of news, and this wasn't a big piece, at least not spread out there, but Kevin Feige not too many people remember, he actually announced, or there was announced, that he is getting a Star Wars film.
I remember. I'm waiting for it.
It was announced back in September 19, though at the investor meeting, this wasn't brought up at all, his movie. But they actually announced who the writer is going to be for that movie.
Okay.
And this movie, of course, doesn't have any dates or setting or anything yet. But it's Michael Waldron, who is also the writer for the Loki Disney Plus series and for the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
Interesting. Okay.
A writer who's handling alternate universes pretty well. I think it's going to be interesting.
You might be reading a little deep there, but that is interesting. The Doctor Strange, I mean, we don't know a whole lot about it, but it sounds really interesting.
And I mean, they've already done the trailers and whatnot for the Loki series.
The Loki stuff, it looks pretty good.
Owen Wilson finally in the MCU.
Yeah, finally. We've been waiting for it. Come on. The Loki and the WandaVision, I think, were the ones I was waiting for. We actually just watched the WandaVision first 2 episodes dropped off yesterday. Yeah,
it's. I know they're still trying to set the scene for this. There's a lot of kind of weirdness going on in it, but we'll see how this turns out. I mean, there's a good premise there.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of it's a much different take in the Marvel. Like, we've gotten accustomed to the MCU. You know, it's got its beats, its tropes, and all that. This one, and this is just the first 2 episodes. The wacky sitcom vibe from, like, I feel like they were
50s,
pulling very specific inspirations. Like, the first episode was like Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke, I Dream of Jeannie kind of.
Yeah, and then the next one was more like Bewitched kind of thing. But I'm excited to see where the rest of the series go. It's definitely like, what is this? What's going on? I don't know what to make of it yet.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm definitely going to be watching this one through. So
Yeah. But, okay.
Back onto the Legion front. I mean, we have a little bit of LVO news.
Do we? What's the LVO news?
378 days estimated until the next LVO. Yes.
Okay.
Plenty of time for me to work on that table.
Yeah,
which
you
I
could probably knock out. I bet you could do 2 tables.
Let's not get ambitious here. But the general reminder for everyone, if you did get a ticket for LVO and have not yet gone to the website and told them what to do with your ticket, that form is going to end on January 28th.
Yeah, so you're running out of time, and thankfully Dan put that in the show notes as we sat down to prep, and I was like, I still haven't done that. Let me turn around on the computer here and just type that. So now I've got my ticket for 2022 now. So
yeah, so remember, you can either roll it over to 2022, you can donate it to them if you're feeling charitable, you can use it as store credit on the Frontline Gaming website. And I forgot what the 4th option was. Offhand, I didn't actually write that down.
You get store credit at Frontline Gaming.
I thought I said that one.
Did you say that one? Okay. Keep the ticket. Or
donate, roll over.
Donate the ticket, roll over the ticket.
Hell. Okay. But anyway, go on the website. It's on the LVO website. Just, Google search Las Vegas Open LVO 2021. Get on there if you haven't already, because if you do not do anything with the form, they will consider it a donation.
Cash refund with a 10% processing fee.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Yeah. So if you do not fill out the form, they will consider it a donation, which, like I said, they did still have to put money towards it. So
I'm sure they lost their deposit or whatever it was. But
so if you have not yet processed your LVO stuff, please do that, just to make sure you get what you want out of there.
And we'll see you in 2022.
Yes, 2022. It'll be at the Rio, so
actually I'm excited for the Rio. I'd love to, maybe we'd get together and do like a Penn and Teller show or something if they're performing and doing all that. That's 2022 is the far distant
I know,
future.
yes, and I remember LJ had that social event planned for 2021, so hopefully we'll be doing something similar. We'll have to talk to LJ and see what's. I know it's way
been
early.
A minute. Yeah. Let's we'll put that on the back burner.
Yeah,
I'll let that simmer a little bit. A little bubbling back there.
Leaks.
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, so leaks. Yeah, we do have some more leaks for stuff from Legion. And yes, actually some Legion news.
There's a little bit.
A little bit in Legion news, but let's see. So Lion Rampant. Lion Rampant, sorry. For anyone not aware, it is actually the Canadian distribution arm of Asmodee. Asmodee acquired them in 2019. So this is actually Asmodee.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this is actually Asmodee leaking it. But they posted on their distributor website for order the counterpart to the AA5 speeder truck, which was previously leaked by them, as the LAAT. And before everyone gets excited and going, oh my, yes, the clone gunship.
Oh man, yeah.
LAAT/LE.
Yeah.
Or in law enforcement editions.
Right.
So this is the kind of little air speeder that was used in both the Clone Wars and in Rebels, so late Clone Wars. Kind of the little security force, Coruscant security, and the Rebels. It was their little Imperial shuttle that flew out. It's got a really interesting design to it. It's like a
yeah, it's kind of tough to describe. It's like a miniaturized TIE fighter kind of thing.
TIE fighter LAT had a baby, and it was dropped a few times.
And it's beautiful. I'm actually very excited for this. It looks cool as hell.
There's it's kind of ugly beautiful. Really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually.
Yeah,
kind of reminds me of like the uglies from X-Wing lore back in the day, or Rogue Squadron.
A bunch of TIE wings slapped on the
on
outside of this
frame
thing
of something else to make it fly.
So I mean, we actually don't have any actual physical pictures of it, of the model or anything, or any descriptions or anything, just the name of it.
Yeah.
But looking at on Wikipedia on the the design from the show, I'm just trying to think, like, trying to paint this thing without fully assembling it first is probably going to be the best way to go.
It's going to be a brush management nightmare.
Yeah. But that's, at least we have the final leak to match up with everything that has been announced so far of the 4 Imperial Rebel things coming after this. So
it's funny because you say don't get excited about the LAAT, because I was actually messaging old Outrider John, because he likes to keep up to date on that kind of stuff, and he got mad. He got real mad. I was like, what's the problem? He's like, it's way too big for this. It's the scale. It's gonna dominate the field. And I was like, I sent him a picture of it. It was like, for this thing? He's like, that's not the LAAT. I was like, you didn't see the /LA, because I did the same thing, bud. He's like, oh, I don't know what that is. And I was like, oh, okay. So, it was kind of funny. I couldn't understand his reaction, but yeah.
But I mean, what could this do? I mean, there's some interesting things there. It's a flying vehicle, but it has been shown to hover. It's kind of
that could be really
interesting. It's kind of like a Imperial kind of Black Hawk kind of.
I mean, it kind of fills that gunship role. Yeah.
So hopefully they'll have some cool modeling options where you get some people rappelling off of it or something. That'd be actually pretty cool. But I mean, it's obviously the whole theme is with closed transport, so I'm assuming this will have closed transport.
You think you'd be able to pop somebody in there?
Yeah.
Hot drop a Emperor on somebody. I'm going in.
Papa Palpatine going dark.
I'd love to see the little NVG.
But I mean, in the show, it has shown to be shooting missiles, so it'll probably have ordnance of some kind.
Yeah, I'll probably have a couple different weapon options and things like that. But that's very exciting. So this will be the first. I mean, we've got obviously a couple of vehicles for the Empire to choose, but this will be the first.
This will be the first not ground and not legged or tracked vehicle for the Imperials.
Oh, so. Were you feeling limited by the AT-STs and the tanks and everything?
Well, and all the current pilots for Empire all say ground vehicle only, so that means no existing pilot will actually work with this.
Huh? That's good.
So
good, something to tuck in the back of your mind there.
Yeah, so if they do release new pilots, which is everyone's assuming that the Imperial and Rebel field commanders will be coming out with this. Yeah. With this wave, that is. So will one of these field commanders not work in the AT-ST or the GAV tank because it's not a ground vehicle? So well, I mean, this will be interesting. We'll see how this flexes out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more on that. But this is probably a ways out there. Yeah. But in more firm, concrete news, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the Republic Specialist packs.
Republic.
Wow. Wait. I mangled that, didn't I?
No, I actually I typoed that.
And I was reading exactly. You should put a question mark on there. Just totally tripped me up.
It was supposed to be the Republic and Separatist
Specialist pack. Article got dropped, and we're going to talk about that. Be right back, Outriders.
You are receiving the Legion Outriders podcast. Ending the transmission now would be most unfortunate. And now, the Outriders.
Welcome back, Outriders. Welcome to the B-side topic with our specialists.
They're a very special.
A very, very specialist episode. But first, we want to say thank you, of course, to all of our Patreon members. If you want to support the show and what we're doing here, head on over to Patreon/Legion Outriders. Also, we had a reprint on some shirts, so we got large Legion Outrider podcast shirts back in stock. If that's something you're interested in, just shoot us a message on the Facebook page. If you're in the States, we're doing basically for the Barricada and the Legion Outrider shirts, $20. Free shipping. If you're overseas, it's $20, and then we'll figure out the shipping on a case per case. But anyways, thank you everybody for your support as we go through this. It's been what are we on, December 59th of 2021?
Yeah, exactly. But, man, I actually need to pick up the Legion Outrider logo shirt. I have the Barricada.
Do you not have one?
I have the Barricada one from back when it was very first launched.
Oh, man.
I was one of the first people to buy. I remember hitting you up at the game store.
Yeah,
Like, hey, give me one of them Barricada shirts. But I need to get actually the logo shirt. And
okay.
I'm gonna have to rock that at LVO in 300.
I try to wear one when I'm streaming every so often. I'll throw on a Barricada or one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, here we go.
Specialist.
Wow. We've been waiting for this because this has been needed. And honestly, I'm a little... Why did it take them so long? I feel like these were all coming out like at about the time. Like we got all the specialist packs for Rebels and Empire like when?
Oh God, the longest year that ever happened is kind of skewing my mental time
tough.
frame.
It's still March, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like we've been, especially playing Separatists, like having a cheap commander option is like, oh man. And we got some pretty good ones.
Yeah, these commanders, holy hell, at least in relation to the Civil War commanders.
They're more expensive generally, so they're 55 points a piece
versus the adjusted 45. It used to be 50, but they dropped them in the last points update.
I wonder if that was kind of their reaction to, we know these guys are coming out, so we're going to have to cheapen them up a little bit. But, okay, let's go ahead and start off with the clone commander there.
Yeah, and this, I think, is the spicier of the two, even though the tactical droid has some great things for the Separatist army, but just as
the magical power of the tactical droid is it's cheap.
But the clone commander actually, for what it does and its points, is really good.
They've got some spice here. So.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to like curb Republic down a little bit as opposed to, but geez. So 55 points. Has a command slot, a training slot, which is interesting because none of the other commanders have a training slot, and an equipment slot. 4 health, 2 courage, and a red save. Yeah, which is the only red save commander or generic commander out there.
Yeah,
which is
Imperial Becky doesn't get that.
No, what the heck?
They forgot armoring their officers is maybe a good idea.
Yeah.
After it's like, oh, that was clones. We don't do clone things now.
Yes. But weapon of 3 black, 1/3.
Man,
which is crazy for a generic commander.
This feels is bordering on like almost super solo, kind of like a minor.
And then 2 red in melee, which is crazy. I mean, like, so we were talking before the show. A phase 1 naked phase 1 squad is 52 points. Yeah, throws 4 black, 4 health, 1 courage, and this is 4 health, 2 courage, throwing 3 black for a couple points more, and you get an extra courage bubble, and all these other keywords we haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, a lot of Republic players, I think, if you had just a naked phase 1 filling out your squad, this is
going to be so much easier to hide and keep out of line of sight if you want to.
It's a single model as opposed to 4.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So in case you ever want to only have to paint 11 models to play the game.
Yeah.
Republic is where it's at right now.
So I think this is a good... If you have a naked phase 1 squad, swap this out for one of these commanders and you get a lot more benefit. Because most of the time, those naked phase 1s are just token batteries anyway. And this can be a token battery plus...
I'm trying to think of some vulnerabilities that just being a single model would bring to it, but
no, it's got 4
not
health.
a lot.
No. I mean, it's more. It can be targeted by hunter. It can be targeted by bounty, but bounty's kind of weak right now
I
with
mean,
field commander.
yeah,
That's like,
it's not nothing that would stop me from doing it. At this
no,
point.
like it's, and like I said, it's an extra courage bubble too. So it's
Okay,
like,
but
Anyway.
so there are some balances here. Like it's not handing out aims, it's not handing out dodges, it's handing
No.
out bolsters, and that's going to be for both of these guys.
yeah. So they're handing out surge tokens. So it's bolster 2,
Bolster 2.
as opposed to the other generics, which are either take cover 1 or spotter 1.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the surge token isn't as specialized, but
It's flexible.
It's flexible, but not as specialized. Yeah.
Situational, but yeah. So okay, that's fine. It's $10, 10 points more, and it does the bolster instead of some direct, token. But it still seems pretty decent.
Yeah.
But
then,
okay, and we got more.
We got a direct clone trooper. If we remember from our RRG update, direct is during the command phase, you can issue an order to a friendly core unit clone trooper at range 1 to 2.
Twister, yeah.
So what does this mean? Your squad with 5s gets its order every turn and then passes another order out every turn, basically.
Man.
So,
That order chain.
and then sharpshooter 1. Which is normal for all the other commander or
Yeah,
low
still
level
nice to
dudes.
have.
Yeah, it's still nice to have,
Something
especially with
phase
3
ones
black.
don't have.
Yeah, so like this versus a naked phase 1 squad, I think for 3 points, I'm sorry, you get a lot more value out of it. So I mean, if you can flex those points in, just replace a naked phase 1 with one of these guys, and I mean the model.
If you've got the HQ.
Yeah, and the model's amazing too. The little like holding the hologram. Have you seen the model yet?
I did see
little
that
holding,
one, yeah. I'm hoping there's going to be some options for kind of.
Oh yeah,
because
a couple of them
you want to have a pair of these guys or something like that.
a couple, and this is unfortunately only international, because we haven't talked about the release date yet, but they have started popping up on the main Legion Facebook page.
Okay.
A few of the international regions have already been getting them and have been opening them, and there's a few painted already, so it's like, geez, these guys are fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that could be coming out. Oh, I definitely got to get my order in here soon.
Yeah.
But
speaking of the release date, it was when it first dropped, was listed as January 22nd, but
okay.
But unfortunately, they stealth updated the articles and changed the date to February 19th. So a little bit of a delay.
Okay, that's still coming up pretty quick. That's actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. So February, and then Callus and Lando should be March then, and then hopefully that'll put our AA5 and LAATs as April. But we'll see how many more delays come out of that.
How many boxes are you going to get?
Well, I don't play either of these factions, so.
But they're so good.
They are good. They are good. And believe me, I have been tempted to jump Republic, but the availability of items for them is just.
If you ever want to borrow anything, let me know. But between me and Hefe.
Yeah.
But the next one is the T-Series Tactical Droid, programmed for strategery. I believe is what it says on there. Yeah. There's a lot of similarities between these two commanders. 55 points. It's got the leadership upgrade, comm, and equipment. Bolster 2 also. It's got 4 health, white save, and no surges or anything. 2 courage value. 1 white in melee. They weren't the most,
Yeah, the tactical droids.
They were tactical.
They're thinking
to
managed
execute.
droids.
Yeah, they're they were ordering people around, so not really those assassin droids going around beating people up. It's got a 1-3 red-white E5 blaster rifle, so I mean it can send some shots downrange if it needs to. But yeah, the bolster 2 direct droid trooper unit, so same as the clone commander, and then sharpshooter 1.
Yeah, I mean that direct core unit droid. I mean that's your order chain every turn.
Yeah, I mean
almost guaranteed. I'm
pretty hyped for that. I'm
so
super duper
the one linchpin of your hero plays as 1 pip, your commander, your operative plays as 1 pip, so you don't get to control your army this turn. Well, that's just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
So I've said this multiple times before. Are we looking at power creep? I'm feeling we're getting a little power creep.
And actually Jeff was posting up about this on the Facebook page. You also got to look at it within the context of the armies itself. It's not a battle royale. You're not dropping the 4 commanders into into the Thunderdome and saying, okay, whichever one comes out, you're the best one. Obviously it'd be the clone commander, but still.
Exactly. But I mean, for what they do for their respective armies, the T series just with that order chain,
I mean it doubles down on their strengths,
yeah,
and gives you a cheaper commander, so you can take Maul and run around and be in everybody's business with dual lightsabers, while your T-Series is, keeping the battle line in check, keeping your droids focused on the orders they need to be given out.
Or if you just want to do, double T-Series, 6 B1s, 3 staps, like if you want to do the spam
somebody
army.
was. I think it was
Like 14 or 15 activations.
Jesse Poole. I think it was one of the guys that's been a long time supporter. He put up like a 14 activation list that looked really legit.
Yeah.
I need to finish building my staps. Is what I need to do. I got like the first pair done. I need to get the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be a lot of options. Again, with the points reduction we got still pretty recently, and now, it's more for the older factions. But still, we're going to have a lot more build options available because of this choice.
Yeah, and like the other specialist packs, they didn't come with just commanders.
No, there is a lot more.
A lot of upgrades here.
Yeah.
So, of course, the commanders can not only be their own standalone units, but you can insert them into a trooper squad.
I guess if you really want to have the maximum amount of awesome sculpts everywhere.
Yeah.
People like FaceTiming Palpatine or something.
Exactly. So Clone Commander as an upgrade.
Is that the Senate? Tell them I said hi.
Yeah. Can be added to one... add one Clone Commander mini to any Clone Trooper unit. Now, of course, this is a personnel upgrade, so it only will work with core units, because there's no non-core unit that has a personnel upgrade.
Okay.
But if you add it to that, it gains Inspire 1 and Reliable 1.
Oh, okay.
So as opposed to the Civil War ones that added a Courage and added Inspire.
Mm-hmm.
These ones add Reliable 1. So if you put it in a Phase 2 group, they've got Reliable 2.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is
that's a good point. Yeah, holy cow. That's actually
and for 20 points, which is not that bad.
That much more expensive,
no,
yeah.
Considering the Civil War ones were dropped to 17 and 16, if I remember correctly. So not that many more points on there.
That's a hell of an upgrade right there.
The Clone Comms Tech, pretty much a carbon copy of all the other comms techs out there.
Yeah, you can figure there's going to be some, spread and proliferate all the basics out to everybody from that we've been enjoying in the original ones.
Adds a comm upgrade, you must equip a comm upgrade, and it's 12 points, so it's a couple points more than the existing ones out there. The big change, of course, is with the engineer and the medic. They can both either heal or repair like the other engineers and medics. However, they are not non-combatants, so they are shooty.
Yeah.
The trade-off for that is they can only either repair or heal 1 as opposed to 2.
2, right.
On there. So a little bit of a trade-off, but
seriously. I think it's a good trade, though, yeah.
Well, I mean, Clone Medic, 20 points. Mm-hmm. The Imperial Medic droid is 19 points.
Yeah.
1 point.
Yeah.
Losing 1 heal to gain shooting? Yeah.
And it's good shooting too.
Yeah, so it's like
it's not chucking an extra E11 or anything.
Yeah, it's not, you're not chucking a white die, you're chucking another black die. It's like these. I think the Clone Medics are going to be a good, a common thing thrown in there.
And it's actually a cool looking combat medic instead of like a weird spindly arm thing. That's like, you don't look very tactical at all, do you?
Now, please submit all of your blood. For
I'm trying to think of would you really want the medic? Seems like to play the medic.
Yeah,
the engineer. I guess if you really, the saber tank seems really tough on its own.
Yeah, the saber and the barks are the only real.
Oh yeah, barks. Yeah.
Yeah, no one thinks of barks.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, sure, there might be future things that come in for that. But you're right. Yeah, the medic is a big thing because the health point per cost unit of clones obviously is a lot higher, so you get a lot more value for healing one out of a clone unit than you do say out of rebels. So
unless you're just wiping the squad or something, which good for you.
Yeah, if you can wipe it. Jeez.
But maybe there'll be call for the engineer. I heard something about a LAAT coming down, so
wrong LAAT. Now in the clone preview, they did throw out one interesting little upgrade card, a command upgrade card, called Vigilance, and I think this is going to be good in both clones and rebels, because it's a command upgrade, 5 points. During the end phase, choose either 1 friendly trooper unit at range 1 to 2, or 2 friendly core trooper units at range 1 to 2, and each of the chosen units doesn't remove a dodge token.
Hooray!
Yeah, I mean on Leia. Handing out dodges.
I don't even care about the Republic for that. That's going straight to the rebels.
Yeah. Of course, all the rebel players are crying out in why is this in a Republic expansion pack? What the heck, FFG? You said we wouldn't have to buy outside of our faction, so hopefully they'll include this.
I'm sure I would not be shocked if it showed up in like Lando or something like that. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's see. So onto the Separatist side. Well, I mean, we have the command cards. Sorry, I skipped over the command
If
cards
you
there.
want to do the command cards.
Yeah.
first,
So
sure.
the 1 pips for both we already saw. The 2 and 3 pips. Oof. I mean, the 2 pips specifically.
Okay, so
I
the
know.
2 pip for the Republic is air support, and there's
your
LAAT.
LAAT right there,
it is,
exactly.
coming in. Flight of the Valkyries or something like that. And it looks like it's 1 HQ or 1 heavy support unit. Republic only. Sorry, it's the print quality is a little bit fine here. Once this round, at the end of the activation of a friendly HQ, clone trooper unit or friendly field commander unit, it may perform an attack using the following weapon. Okay, so are we getting Leia's bombardment?
That's Leia and Veer's bombardments.
Oh man!
On generics now, the clone one actually is a little more flexible because it's a clone commander unit or field commander. So they have 3 potential units right now they can use it: the generic, Rex, and Aayla Secura in the
It
Saber
makes
tank.
sense. It's very fluffy for them.
Yeah.
But it's beyond range. Well, range 4 and beyond up to table.
Yeah.
Basically, and then it's red, black. Beam 2. Ooh.
Yeah.
Immune deflect. Okay.
So I mean that's
it's
for all
the
those.
LAAT beam.
Yeah,
so,
it's a LAAT. It's basically the beam. So you have 3 targets, the first one, then 2 additional ones, but they have to be
man.
linked range. So and it's red, black as opposed to Leia's red, who gets to target 3 of anybody. So I mean it's kind of a side grade on there, but still, I mean the fact
it's different. I don't think it's more powerful, other than you can take it outside of Leia. You know,
Right.
you put it on. Yeah, like you said. Yeah,
So,
that's really interesting.
So that's the fact that these are generic cards and not specific. That's what really throws me for.
Here
But
comes
then,
Anakin with the air support.
yeah, the 3 pip, the best movie, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
But it's the 3 pip.
3 pip.
Oh, okay. Revenge. Okay, never mind. All right.
3 clone troopers. When a unit is issued orders using this card, it either gains 1 surge token or removes a suppression token.
Ooh.
So that's interesting. It's when it gets an order using this card. So HQ uplinks or directs or 5s passing it off or anything else doesn't trigger this. Only the ones that get directed via this
3
card.
clone trooper units. Okay. I mean, still, that seems really good, especially if you're like in the middle rounds of the game. You're trying to move forward, take objectives, and like, all right, I don't want to worry about being suppressed. So that seems like they would be the perfect time to use that.
You know, I haven't gotten Jeff's opinion on this card yet. I'm meaning to ask him, like, how often are his guys suppressed to the point where this would help, or would he rather have the surges to pass around?
Yeah, that's
a good thing to ask.
It's nice that you kind of got an either or. So if you're not in the situation, you need to cure the suppressions, the suppression depressions, then you can at least put some surges out there and say, maybe it'll help.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then on the separatist separatist, jeez, side of things here. So the commander we saw during the reveal article a long time ago, at least the one you can add to the squad, adds 1 red, 1 health.
Right.
They did show off, and these are very similar to their Rebel and Imperial counterparts. The medical droid is literally identical. It's trait 1, capacity 2, non-combatant. Only 14 though versus, geez. Well, I mean, true for the all the squads it would be put in. It's defensive. It's only gonna be white, no save. So I guess they'd lower the price on that. But I think the bigger one, because that could only heal commanders and operatives.
I was really curious what you would use the medical droid for, because I was certain clearly droid troopers wouldn't be included in that. Oh
Yeah.
no, they are.
No. So yeah, it's only for keeping your operatives and commanders alive.
Yeah.
At this point, and it's funny. It is the character.
It says very specifically a friendly non-droid trooper. It's like, okay, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this one will be taken as much. The model's really cool because it's the medic
torture droid.
No, well, it's from the Clone Wars episode where Grievous got his butt kicked and he went back to his fortress.
Oh, really?
This is his medic.
Is that what that's from? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good call.
The only one who could really backtalk Grievous.
Right. It's like, hey, I know which buttons to push.
Exactly. But I think the clone medic is going to be better on clone side. I think the PK series worker droid is going to be the mainstay for the droids on this one.
If Maul, let's say, something happened, he got chopped in half, which one of these units would give him the spider legs, do you think?
I mean, that's the eternal thing is, should Astromechs be able to heal Vader? Which, yeah.
I'd love to see like an R2-D2 like climbing over, Vader's superstructure, just zapping things.
And this is just like the Astromechs in the the Rebel and Imperial side of things. Repair 1 capacity 2 non-combatant for 12, which is a little bit higher than the average Astromech, but I think it's a lot more value. In there.
Yeah, obviously it's doing some double duty there. With
you're not using this to bring back B1s.
Probably not.
No,
unless it's like, well, I'm the last person in the squad here. me and Chuckles over here. So,
yeah. So I really think this will be really great in either droidicaless or tankless, of course. I mean, keeping that tank. So 6 of these guys.
Tanks obviously.
Yeah, 6 of these guys in 6 squads behind a AT, just eating the hell. Like, jeez.
Roger.
And of course, since all the droids already have comms built in, they didn't need a comm technician. They did get the Viper Recon droid.
That's actually cool. I'm really glad they kind of, hey, instead of just not giving you one, here's something that's a little bit different to mix it up.
And I think this is going to be a good framework for Imperial probe droids in the future, which I'd love to see.
The Vipers?
Yes. So you had the Viper Recon droid Mini. It is Observe 2, which we've already seen all the Observe stuff with Maul's probe droids. Yep. And it adds 2 white at range 1 to 2, so it's got a little mini gun on there, little pew pew gun on there. I mean, this will be good for adding to B1 squads. Actually, no, it wouldn't be that bad with B2s, considering their native range is only 1 to 2 as well.
Yeah. So specifically, it doesn't have the non-combatant, but it does have the sidearm requirement, so you can't just... I mean, why? Well, I guess you could do range 3 for the E5.
Yeah, you have to use his built-in gun.
But you have to use the range 1 to 2, 2 white,
Exactly. So I mean...
Get the...
Actually, I didn't think about this. B2 squads actually would really benefit from this.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
The droid commander, the T-Series commander, would probably be the best thing on a B2 squad, but this wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. It'd be something fun to play around with, for sure.
And for their, of course, we already saw the 1 pip for them as well earlier, but the 2 pip, a lot like the clones. Orbital strike.
Yay! What are they strafing with, like vulture droids or something?
I mean, in the picture, it's one of their capital ships. It's the which one was that? Is that the Pelta? No. All the Armada players in our audience are screaming at me right now, I'm sure.
Well, you guys play with those very often.
Exactly.
They maybe mention it one time on screen for us.
So 1 commander or heavy unit.
Tenebris or something like that. Wasn't that the Spider Guy ship? I don't know. It could be. Misremembering my sci-fi genres now.
Once this round, at the end of activation of a friendly commander droid trooper or friendly field commander, it can perform an attack. So it's just like the clone one. It's a generic bombardment kind of style card. There's only 2 candidates for this one, though, and that's either the generic droid, because there are no other droid commanders, at least not till we get Kalani or one of the super tactical droids. That was going to be... Anyway, I'm speculating on that one. So. Or, of course, the field commander, the T-Series, and the tank.
Yeah, so not quite as many options for that one.
1 less.
Still.
It's not that bad.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get some more stuff.
But 4 to infinity, just like all the other bombardment style cards, it's red, red, black, black, suppressive.
Yeah, so you don't get the beam, which makes sense.
So it's against 1 target, kind of like the Veers is the anti-vehicle. The Leia's kind of spread out to everybody. The beam is another kind of spread out to everybody. And this one really suppresses the heck out of something.
I like that.
So, yeah.
I think I prefer the suppressive on that.
Yeah. Going back to air support for a half second, though, I think the best candidate to use is Rex, because he does have the native surge crit.
Oh, good call.
Versus none of the other candidates for that have it. And unfortunately, that leaves out the Separatist one here, because they don't have any surge to anything with this. But... And then, of course, the 3 pip, you said it earlier,
Roger, Roger.
I'm glad they got a card with that name.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
like,
yay!
yay.
But yeah, this one's for 3 droid troopers, 3 pip, separatist only. When a unit is issued an order using this card, it gains either 1 dodge or 1 surge token.
So, I mean, there's ways to hand out dodges on droids, though. Do you, as a droid player, do you use dodges a lot?
No.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah.
You mostly need aims to help out. I'm trying to think of any ways that you can get it kind of normally. Droid troopers, no. I mean, the Staps, they like to have dodges.
Well, the Staps are vehicles, so they're
right.
not,
Yeah,
they're
they
not
can't
eligible for
benefit
this.
from this anyways.
Yeah,
so.
and again, like the clone one, this is
So I'm
unit
not
issued
getting
order.
quite as blown away from this one as
Yeah, and when it's getting issued an order using this card, so again, your order chaining is not going to trigger this.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah,
the
yeah.
3 targets of this card. So honestly, yeah, I don't think this is as flexible as
It could be. I mean, I could definitely see, especially if you're going to send in like some of your BX droids or something like that to go chop things up. Having dodge tokens on them would be nice. I don't know. Is there something we're missing there, guys? Feel free to leave a comment on the episode notes.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
I mean, it's
really
okay. It's I think the Attack of the Clones is maybe a little bit more useful, but then again,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I could just be missing something.
yeah. I mean, if you're taking a operative or commander, I'm just thinking their own native 3 pip will be better than.
Yeah, I think I'd do it for 3 units of BX droids going in with their swords.
Yeah,
and-
that's not a bad thing, but I can't really think of a better
yeah.
thing on that.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, you could always go for the surge token. It's always nice to have those, but not for. I mean, that's not the. I guess 3 surges going out there. You could have some extra surges. All right.
Yeah, but those packs will be out on February 19th now, so got about a month and change.
Get your orders in.
Yeah, get your orders in, because if supply has been any indication lately.
I still can't get them all. Actually, had one of the listeners say, "Hey, I got an extra mall in case I might need to reach out to him and say, hey, you still got that? I'll reimburse you because I don't want to play with him." But yeah, some great options coming up in our future, and I'm super excited. This is good. I want to get them. I want to get them put together. I want to play with them on the table and start really dreaming up some lists here. But yeah. I'm sorry, Dan. There isn't a whole lot for you to.
Well, it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. We got Callus.
You got mutton chops and maybe a LAAT.
Mutton chops,
Ellie.
and he's got his sweet ride, his sweet whip. He's going to be driving.
Yeah. But that's about it for this episode there, Outriders. Don't forget, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter at the Legion Outriders. Also, you can find me on Twitch, streaming various sci-fi games right now at Captain_Archer. And Dan is always on Discord, he is our war correspondent with all things, out in the Legionverse. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Last few weeks I haven't been keeping up on things, but
yeah,
I have an
wonder
excuse.
why. Yeah, convalescing, dude. Yeah, I bet you're miserable as hell. But thanks again, everybody. We'll see you here in just a couple weeks. Take care. Stay safe.
This concludes the current episode of the Legion Outriders podcast. You may cultivate a tactical advantage by observing the Outriders on Facebook or Twitter at Legion Outriders. Wisdom advocates subscribing to the podcast. Acting otherwise is